thing you can do to mitigate the risks is wear a mask. There was interesting data that those who wore an N50 mask were able to reduce the mortality rate of air pollution by 49%. You walk outside, you can't just filter the air quality. It's something we all consume. But you can control things inside your home. Start with the basics, measure, know your base levels of air quality. Today, we are talking about heart rate recovery. This is where you exercise, stop, and then 1 minute later, you measure your heart rate. So for example, if your is between the 90th and 95th percentile. All right, now let's talk about what you can do to improve your HRR. One is exercise. To spend at least 150 hours a night, maximize for 4 variables, is time to fall asleep, time awake, and then REM and deep. If you want to check out this video, I've explained how I became the best sleeper in the entire world. You'll learn everything. Science begins with counting. I've become the most measured person in human history. We've measured every part of my body. The problem is, getting data costs money. If you do blood work and imaging and VO2.
Thank you.
Okay, what we're trying to do here is build intuition around the difference between a chronological age and a biological age. A chronological age is the duration you've lived on this earth. Your biological age is a representation of your function. So for example, Lauren is a 30-year-old female.
Cool.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's see how I do on the other side.
That's a great start. All right, next is sit-rise test. What Lauren's going to do is she's going to sit down to her legs being crisscross applesauce and try not to use her knees, forearms, elbows. And then she's going to rise her legs straight and see how far she can reach. And I'm going to watch where her finger lands on the tape. This is 19 right here. You see how far she has to extend to be average. Average for her age is 17 seconds. Of course, if she does more, it's better. She has 3 total tries. All right, Lauren, you are 3 for 3 in your tests so far, maxing out all.
Okay. Let's use my right leg.
Okay. 29 seconds. That's great.
Dominant leg too. I wonder.
Amazing comeback. 29 seconds, 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And then a minute 33. Amazing job. Yeah. So 4 for 4. Lauren is crushing every test. All right, so now check where you should be on this graphic so you have a point of reference when you do the test. All right, next up is many people prefer this over BMI because of the accuracy of the initial fact. Now we're trying to achieve better than 0.5 ratio. First, let's go over here and get her height. We have, all right, go ahead and come out. Looks like exactly 60 inches.
The tape measurement made.
And now for the waist. Now for this, did an amazing job today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, that was the last test. It was a bonus because this device costs $20 on Amazon. The others are free to do. So I hope what you learned today is you build some intuition on what biological age means. So you can be chronologically a certain age, but you can function much younger or older. And not to be discouraged, if you get a result you don't like, you can improve. So this is always changing. This is what I'm doing now. Every day begins for me not when I wake up, but when I go to bed, as sleep is my #1 life priority. I'm asleep by 8:30 p.m. Exercise. I've had a nutritious breakfast. I'm now going to step outside and do a 10-minute walk in the sun. It feels fantastic on my skin. Now I'm mindful of the time I'm out. The UV index is low, where I still get these sweet potato with avocado, tomatoes, chickpeas with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. My daily caloric intake is 2,250 calories, which is made up of 25% protein,